What's up, guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here. Today I want to give you a little advice about fishing with GoPros. There's so many pieces of literature out there regarding action cameras that don't really apply to us fishermen, or how fishermen really use a GoPro. Now, if you have it on a chest mount and you just want to record the moment you catch a fish, any basic GoPro is going to work fine for you. So I'm going to explain resolution, frame rates, if you want to hook it on the back of a boat and you want to record it in looping mode, the differences right here. So for example, I'm recording this on a GoPro Hero 10 right now, but I have a Hero 5 in my hand with a custom painted white case, and people even seeing this and they're asking me what is that for. So I'm going to explain something real quick. You either have it manually hooked up on one of those little power poles in the back, or you put it on top of your motor and you have it mounted up there and hard powered in, or you're running it off the battery. So if you have it on your chest, rarely ever do you want to zoom in, okay? You may want like some slow motion, and I'll explain how this works. So basically 1080p is your standard frame, which you're going to see on most social media stuff, widescreen, Facebook, your TV. Most of the time you're looking at 1080. You can look at it in a higher quality version, but your eyes don't see things much beyond 2.7K. So even though you have 4K, you may have a giant screen, it looks good. All that social media stuff rendered down to 1080p is going to look good. So what is the benefit for an action camera shooting 2.7K, 4K, the new 5.3K? The benefit for an action camera is if you're shooting in a higher data rate, okay? So there's data compression. So I don't want you to overthink that. Basically, the benefit is you can crop the screen. So if you have a picture that's this big and the fish blows up down here, and you want to take just that portion of the screen and crop it and make that 1080p, you have that option. So that is the benefit of shooting in like 2.7 or 4K. You know, the higher you go, the better you can zoom in and the better quality that's going to look if you have it recording at higher data. So keep that in mind. Either way, the bigger frame, the more you can zoom in, the more it can look better. Now, for example, if you shot it in 1080 and then you tried to zoom in on that bottom corner, it will look very pixelated. The picture would look messed up. So that is the benefit about going larger, shooting, you know. So a lot of the time, so the cameras that I have mounted on the back of the boat, I have Hero 5 still mounted on the back of the boat, and I'm always running them in looping mode. And the newer GoPros, you'll notice they don't have as many options in the looping mode, and we'll get into that. So for example, the reason why I still use mounted Hero 5s running in looping mode is you can do the looping mode in 2.7K, which is going to allow me to zoom in a little bit in 60 frames per second. The human eye, when you're watching a sport game, naturally, things move naturally to us at around 30 frames per second. A lot of cinematic footage is in 24 frames per second. It does something for our eye that's very appealing, but 30 frames per second is what you're seeing typically moving around. So if I shoot something in 60 frames per second, I could do 50% slow motion and it's gonna look smooth. If I shot it in 30 frames per second and then 50% slow motion, it's gonna be it's gonna look very weird and super just wrong, okay? So as you go up, the same thing, you go to 90 frames per second, 120 frames per second, that's more slow motion you can render it down to and it be smooth. So basically, the Hero 5 that I have painted white right here, and believe it or not, this actually makes it perform up to 8 to 10 degrees better. My cameras would overheat in about 90 degrees. Ever since I painted the old frame, but the Hero 5's white, they perform up to about 98 to 100 degrees without overheating. So I am gonna get into overheating for you guys. So let's say you have the GoPro mounted on your chest and you're turning it on, you're pressing record the moment you hook a fish. You can run it in the highest performance mode you want, and you're not gonna really run into a problem. So if you wanna shoot it in 4K, and 90 frames per second, 60 frames per second, you can do that, but looping mode's not going to be an option for you. The newer GoPros, past the 5, the looping modes suck. For example, the Hero 10 that I'm shooting this on, 4K 30 frames is your best option. So I could zoom in, but I can't slow it down. I can shoot in 1080 up to 120 frames, so I can go super slow motion, but I can't zoom in at all. So you can see right here, the Hero 5 outperforms the Hero 10 in slow motion, and this was produced 4 or 5 years ago. So you can see right there the benefit to a fisherman if you want to have the camera mounted in the back and you want to be able to zoom in a little bit and you want slow motion at the same time. That's why I always shoot in 2.7K 60 frames per second. So for example, the Hero 10 right here, if I was going to put it on the back, it really wouldn't give me what I want, although there is other features to this camera that I do utilize, and this is why I recently purchased this camera right here. So if I'm going to have a Hero 10 mounted on my chest, I'm not going to run it in looping mode, but I can get maximal performance. If I shoot it in 5.3K, I can zoom in on that fish's mouth while it's shaking the lure and it's still going to look good. I can also bump up the frame rate. This camera performs up to 5.3K 60 frames per second. That's its highest in mode, so I could do 50% slow motion and zoom in a ton, but that's not a looping mode option. Also, with action cameras, once you get beyond 2.7K 60 frames per second, basically every action camera on the market overheats. I didn't know this. In fact, I thought it was a GoPro issue, overheating, but all these action cameras overheat. Once you demand that amount of performance out of that camera, they get hot. And what I found was a cool little workaround. The GoPro Hero 10, you can actually take the battery and side door off and plug it in directly to USB-C power, and that's going to help it cool inside there a little bit better. It could get dusty. You don't want to do that if it's raining. If you're around dirt, you don't want to do that, but that is an option. A lot of the time these cameras are mounted when you're running them in high performance mode and you're going fast through the wind, and that's keeping the camera cool. So what I found realistically, even with the Hero 10 right here, running it in 5.3K 60 frames per second, the camera can only run for about 18 to 20 minutes before overheating. So if I'm just trying to get an action shot, or I'm shutting it on and off when I catch a fish, that's not going to be a problem. It's going to allow the camera to cool down, heat back up. But for example, if I need it to run all day, the 2.7K 60 frames on the Hero 5 with my case painted white, I can run it on hot days and it's going to last all day without overheating, whereas the 10 wouldn't do that. It doesn't even have the options to go back and shoot that. So for example, if you're a bass fisherman looking to mount a GoPro on the back of the boat and you want to be able to zoom in a little bit and you want a little bit of slow motion, believe it or not, the Hero 5 is still a better choice. You've probably never ever heard that. But if you want to get a new GoPro Hero, you know, you can put it on there and you can run it in a higher quality picture, but you're going to give up being able to go slow motion, and vice versa. You'll be able to get the slow motion, but you won't be able to zoom in. So that's kind of how GoPros work, guys. Higher performance beyond 2.7, beyond 60 frames, the cameras are going to overheat. The new one I can't paint white because it doesn't come in a case. That's kind of a cool thing here. You can put a little shade roof over it and extend your time, or you could take the battery outside door and have it manually plugged in, and that's going to increase its time. But if you even have it against your chest, that's going to create heat on those higher performance modes. If you run in like 1080 30 frames per second, you're never going to overheat any of these cameras, and you still will get good consistent shots. You just can't demand you know, slow motion or being able to crop. If you're trying to use these cameras to gain, you know, good quality production videos like I do, or product videos, you kind of have to know your limitations and know these cameras will overheat once you go into those higher modes. But hey, there's great benefits to that. But like I said, you got it mounted on your chest, you really have nothing to worry about. If you're turning it off and on just to grab that shot once you hook a fish, not a big deal. You want to leave it looping on the back of your boat to capture the moment that fish bites, the blow up, the hook set. Basically that's why I'm still running these older cameras. And GoPro Hero 5, you can probably get them for 150 bucks online right now. People are like getting rid of those things like hot fire, man. And it's, the funny part is they still work great for mounting it on the back of your boat, because 2.7K 60 frames gives you two great options. You can zoom in, you can slow down. They're cheap. You can leave them mounted, you can leave them looping all day long. But that's a little thought process for you to think about if you're getting into the GoPro game. The newer ones don't have that many great options in looping mode. You kind of forfeit the other. I bought the previous 2 generations of GoPros and they didn't have the looping mode. I bought the one before the 10 and the one before that, and I went back and still have 2 Hero 5. So that being said, videography and fishing is what I do for my business. So a guy like me, why would I go back if it wasn't beneficial? So hopefully that gives you guys something to think about. I'm Nick, the Informative Fisherman. Follow me on all the popular social media channels. Thanks for watching.